For the love of God, more people should be playing this game. It's a giant robot battle simulator game, and all the robots are really cool and have their own fun gimmicks. And you can have more than one person play as the same robot, so you can live out that Power Rangers fantasy that you've had since you were a child. Just that couch co-op experience is worth the price of admission alone, and that doesn't even top off the fact that this game's single player is really cool. Like, I thought that there was going to be this just boring arcade ladder where you fight the robots after robot, but no, instead you have this whole campaign where you're like gaining randomized mods and getting research points to develop stuff and upgrade your robot, and you can like pick weapons to choose from, and it's even got a bit of a storyline. The studio had some really good dev videos where they would like explain in detail all the different changes that they would make during the beta, which is a level of transparency that I really wish more developers would have, yet they didn't make a giant video explaining this. They focused on the multiplayer mode, which is currently super underpopulated, which is kind of just like a huge bummer. I mean, the most fun that this game has could probably be the arena matches, and I was able to get into one with only one human person, but fortunately we were able to put bots in the other two places. And we had this fun moment where we both squared off against a bot, and once we were done, we looked at each other and were like, alright, it's time to finish this. And you realize that playing this game is really fun against people, because there is a lot of mind games going on. The game's combat focuses on like quick attacks, blocking, reversals, charge attacks, and there's usually a way to counter pretty much anything that you do. So you and your opponent trying to outwit each other makes for a really intense, fun combat situations. And it even works pretty well against the AI guys, which you'll probably want to play a lot of, because even though the campaign is really cool to fight the giant monsters, they have these kind of wonky hitboxes, but they could probably patch some of that out. Now, the steps that they took to keep people from comboing each other to death is each machine has an overheat gauge, and when you like max out your heat, you can't really do anything. Of course, the way you can build up that heat is really interesting. The fact that since all your limbs are controlled separately, you can use more than one limb to do an attack means that you can come up with some really creative combos. And the game uses the Overwatch system of progression where you constantly unlock skins and stuff, and by that I mean you get one every match, whether you win or lose, rather than having to fill up an EXP bar. My only downside currently is the fact that the servers are kind of underpopulated, and when you do get into a match, you will probably kick my butt.